Hello race fans, I'm Wylie Wade and this is Wylie's Race Report. Hello race fans, I'm Wylie Wade and this is Wylie's Race Report for Saturday, July 25th, 2020. We interrupt this regularly scheduled Wylie's Race Report for a very important announcement. If you're going to Antioch Speedway, be aware we have to enforce the COVID-19 restrictions very strictly. That means if you're going to be leaving your pit area, face coverings will be required. Also, no more than 5 people plus the driver per team. This is a huge effort to keep our racetrack open. We've received word that there are people in California visiting racetracks trying to get them shut down by going in, posing as team members, taking pictures and turning that information into the county, the fair boards, and the state. So again, if you're going to attend the races at Antioch Speedway as a member of the team or getting into the pits at all, you do have to abide by the COVID-19 regulations. Face coverings will be mandatory anytime you leave your pit area, and no more than 5 crew members plus the driver per team at the most. Now back to our regularly scheduled Wylie's Race Report. We were live and direct from Antioch Speedway on Dirt Oval TV. That's where you can find us this upcoming weekend, Saturday, August 1st, when we're going to have the 360 Wing Sprint cars in town. The Delta Dwarf cars, the Super Stocks / Tri-State Pro Stocks are going to be there, and the Hard Tops are going to be there. So don't miss all the action. The only place to be is Dirt Oval TV, because we can't have you in the stands yet, but hopefully, maybe soon, we'll find out. But if not, keep an eye on Dirt Oval TV. That's the place to be for all the fun and exciting racing action, live and direct from Antioch Speedway. So on Saturday night, in the hobby stock action, we had Bad Brad Myers come out of the officiating role and hop into his race car. And not only was he in there, Mighty Mouse, Melissa Myers, was his passenger last night. They had a date night. They got, someone took the kids for him last night. They came out and took home the win after James Thompson lost an exhaust late in the main event. In the Sport Modified ranks, the IMCA Sport Modified race was won by Guy Allworth, 2019 California State Champion. He came out and had to battle Tommy Frazier to get the lead, but once he did, he never looked back and took home the win in the IMCA Sport Modifieds. Then in the IMCA Modifieds, had a great battle, had 4 cars battling for the lead through most of the race. Jim Pettit was leading early, and he ended up getting tangled up with a slower car, and that allowed tricky Troy Folger to get around him, and Troy never had to look back and took home the win in the IMCA Modifieds. Speaking of Jim Pettit, he's a 2020 inductee into the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame, and I had the opportunity to talk to him after the races, and this is what he had to say.
Hell yeah, dude! Woo! Hey!
Oh no. Here with Jim Pettit. Jim, you had a good run tonight. You were leading the race and then had a little bit of trouble with a slower car.
Yeah, I think we had a really good race car tonight. We've been working really hard to get our stuff better, and I think our hard work's starting to show, starting to pay off. Yeah, the team's been doing just a fantastic job for me. You know, everybody they keep working. You know, and John and Clay and Kenny and everybody that's been jumping on board recently. You know, we've had good race cars. We just haven't had the results that we should have had. I mean, we've been running good, but that's just racing. I mean, I still think you know. What happens in ice racing, I don't think the slower car, lap cars did anything unintentional, but you know, we were just a victim, wrong place, wrong time, and been doing this a long time. Things like that happen.
So you've come back running all the shows here this year. It's been great seeing you here, and you have been running in the top 5 every week. I mean, lots of a win, a couple second place finishes. You know, what, 4th tonight, I think? Third tonight?
Yeah, back to 3rd with the hurt race car. So I'm pretty happy with that, you know. But, you know, like I had told Chad, you know, when he was talking about taking the place back over, and I go way back with Chad and his family, and I told him that I would try to come up here and support them all the races that they were going to do, and that's what we're trying to do. I was shooting at maybe going to Susanville on Friday, even though they had a 2-day show that were big money races. I was still going to come back here on Saturday because of my commitment that I told the guys that, hey, I'd come support them. And I believe your word's what your word is. So we're having fun. I'm running into a lot of people I've seen in the past, and, the families I've raced against, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, we'll come one race at a time. We'll bounce back from this tonight and hopefully get that win the next time.
So you've won here a couple times, like what, the most wins in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
And then you went pavement racing for a while, so you know this place, but it's different now.
It's definitely different
than what it was in the 80s.
Absolutely. It's way different now.
What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, racetracks, you gotta figure out what they are and just adapt to them. It's still Antioch Speedway to me, even though they lengthen going into 1 and 2 is different than what it was before. It's still a great racy little racetrack. It's not as top dominant as it was back in the 80s when I ran here in the late models, but it's still very racy. You got more than one groove, which is all guys actually ask for is, they don't want to follow the one groove. So, and that's what we got here. And I understand what Chad and Brian and all them guys are doing, that are trying to do what they're doing with the racetrack. It's not an easy task. And I've always told them, you'll never hear me complain to a track prep guy, because I have no clue what it takes to do this. And I've been to good racetracks and bad, but we got what we got, and I know they're trying, so that's the main thing. So, I mean, that's what's cool about it. I know they're going to keep working on making it better. That's one thing Chad was talking to me in the infield after the race. He goes, tough luck, which it was, but he says, you know what, we're going to get this thing where it's not so rough. So I know he's trying. So that's the cool thing, is that they're trying, and that's the good thing about having racers that have raced that are on the other side of promoting also.
So we have not had the opportunity on camera to talk about this, so I want to say congratulations on your induction into the West Coast Hall of Fame.
Yeah, very cool. I'm very honored. The West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame to me is a big accomplishment on top of the things that I've been very blessed to have accomplished in the past. It's very cool. I mean, there's, I kind of joke, Tom Sneva and Rick Mears and a couple other guys went in there with me this year. And my joke was like, who are them guys? But no, it's a really good class. I mean, Mike Bliss, I ran against him in the late models. In the 80s, before I went to this full-time tour stuff, and we ran against each other quite a bit up in Oregon, and he went back east and ran that Thursday Night Thunder stuff in the midgets and had a lot of success. And I would see him at races when he was running the truck and I was running the NASCAR Southwest Tour, so it was pretty cool that we're going in the same year. So I mean, it's a big deal to me. I think it's a pretty cool deal, and I'm blessed to be one of the guys that are being nominated into the deal.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming back to Antioch. Love having you out here.
Yeah, I've always said, you got to come back to where you started, and like I said, I know the Gardner family, the Kleinman's family, and the Carla family. A lot of people don't know the history here, but Nick was just running around here. I held Nick as a baby, so I mean, there's a lot of history here. So it's really cool to come back and see all these people, and it's just, I'm glad to come back and see the people we're having, where I started, and having fun.
Thank you very much, Jim Pettit, driver of the 6 IMCA Modified, Hall of Famer. And look forward to having you. I know you're going to get more wins this year.
It ain't going to be because I'm not trying, that's for sure. We're definitely going to try.
Give me that!
Tricky Troy Folger. Have a little fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome.
That was Jim Pettit, driver of the 6 IMCA Modified and 2020 West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame inductee. Don't forget this upcoming Saturday again on August 1st, the 360 Wing Sprint Cars are going to be in town, the Delta Dwarf Cars, the Super Stocks / Tri-State Pro Stocks, and the Hard Tops, all for your racing enjoyment, live and direct from Antioch Speedway on Dirt Oval TV. I do want to give you a schedule update. The Jerry Hetrick Memorial Race was moved from the 8th until the 22nd of August due to the 8th being just before the California Speed Week. 5 races in 5 days, and so the drivers were uncomfortable coming out on Saturday night just before that event, so we have postponed the Jerry Hetrick Memorial Race. I believe the same classes are going to race on the 8th, just not as the Jerry Hetrick Memorial Race, but I will confirm that and get back to you on that. So again, the Jerry Hetrick Memorial Race, Saturday, August 22nd, instead of the August 8th date that it originally was scheduled for. Again, this upcoming weekend, Wing Sprint Cars, Delta Dwarf Cars, Super Stocks, Hard Tops, all for your racing enjoyment. Don't miss it on Dirt Oval TV. I'm Wylie Wade. Until next time, goodbye, everybody. For Saturday, July 25th, 2020,
Only 5 people plus the driver per car. What else? Going in, taking pictures of people
3, 2,